Okay, well, hello and welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. I really miss doing group sessions. So thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to see all of you. And I want to thank everyone who was who bought my dental package and eyesight package, especially because of the questions that come up during our sessions and the honest feedback about what has been working, but what is still a challenge. I just kept on doing research on, why for some people you still have so many issues with enamel and with so many things. So I thought, oh, we got to address the microbiome, which is part of it. And then what's underneath that is hormones. So what are hormones to do? Uh, the communication between systems and not having enough hormone creates a lot of problems. And the thing with hormones is that in um, in this culture, in so many cultures, you know how marketing works. They always use sex to sell, and so the topic of hormones has always been overly sexualized to the point where we are not using any common sense around it. Right, as men and women get older, our hormones that are called sex hormones drop, but those hormones are required for the all for nearly everything in the body. So if you have foggy thinking, lack concentration, and a bad mood, have cholesterol issues, autoimmune issues, believe it or not, it could be that the level of testosterone is low. So, and I remember some of you asking me to create an MP3 to strengthen the teeth and teeth enamel. And I thought, if it was as simple as putting enough calcium in you, you will all have done it. Because the paradox is this, that in the American diet, there's plenty of calcium available, and it's not the calcium itself that's creating the issue with teeth, because you all have access to calcium. And some of you know that calcium needs to work with magnesium, vitamin D, and I know that you already know that. And again, if it was as simple as that, every single person who's taking a multivitamin would have it. And so, and why is it that people who grow up like in the Amazon rainforest have such beautiful teeth and we are so tortured while we have everything? That's also the modern paradox, right? The food we eat sometimes doesn't have all the required nutrients because of what the food industry has done to food. But another thing is this lifestyle factor that I'm beginning to appreciate more and more because, like all of you, I've been indoors. I've always been indoors, and I come to appreciate the role of light, sunlight, literally sunlight. And I hear that sunlight, especially in the early morning and 6 a.m., is more in the infrared zone, and that is so required for the body to be able to create melatonin later on during the day. And when you don't have enough melatonin, it's not just a sleep issue. You're going to have issues with inflammation because melatonin is actually a more powerful antioxidant than glutathione. The body makes glutathione and melatonin of all the different antioxidants that are made by the body. Melatonin is more powerful and it is required to offset all the other antioxidants in the body. So if you don't have that working, you're gonna set yourself up for infections, for, of course, for tiredness and for so many issues. So I'm going to begin there just to tune into the pineal gland. Yeah, around sunrise, the first couple hours around sunrise is where sunrise and sunset actually have high concentration of infrared light. And you all know that I work on eyesight, right? And I hear the infrared light is also good for the eyes, and it helps with the production of ATP in the eyes. So you're either gonna get this by changing your lifestyle, which is a challenge for me too, or you're gonna get this. But maybe we need to work backwards. We need to tap into the pineal gland and see what's going on. For all of you there. So, pineal gland, everything that the pineal gland requires to heal and rejuvenate and reactivate its most powerful divine blueprint, we're going to do that. And let's have you just take a deep breath and bring awareness to your breath so that you are grounded. And if you like to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. Oh. Oh. The question in the chat, yes, abscess totally responds to energy healing. So, working on the pineal gland now to make sure it has everything that it requires to produce the right amount of hormones for you, not just melatonin. There's probably a number of other things that the pineal gland does that is mostly energetic, so it's too subtle to pick up, right? So there's probably a lot of things, because it's so powerful, there's probably a lot of things, visible, invisible, that maybe those of you who are more familiar with esoteric science know about the pineal gland. Good. Good. So it's really, I'm feeling the space of the pineal gland is now really working well. Yeah. And I'm seeing that for some of you, let's see, toxins, heavy metal toxicity, let's clear that out of the pineal, and pituitary, thalamus, hypothalamus, all the master glands. Let's clear all the possible, well, not possible, it's actually a fact, all the toxins in the blood, in your neurobiology, right? Let's clear neurobiology as well as the endocrine system and blood. Yeah, and I think that for chronic fatigue and so many fatigue issues, there's a lot of endocrine disruptors in the environment. There's a lot that's going on to control or major glands. Low dopamine level, I think that in package A, I worked on dopamine. Yeah, so package A of the hormone and bones package. Yeah. Yeah, clearing the neurotoxins, especially those that have impacted the brain, the spinal column, so that you have the full capacity to feel really good. And for those of you who may be new to me, yawning is a good way for the body to engage the parasympathetic system for deeper healing. And yawning is also a good way to let go of old tension and anything you no longer need. And yawning also allows the body to take in more oxygen. So oxygen is like light energy for the body. So you can see. Good. So, this work on the master gland that I'm doing, pineal, pituitary, thalamus, hypothalamus, clearing all the neurotoxins, clearing any and all toxicity in the blood, clearing all the environmental interference like 5G and what have you. That's a lot for bodies to go through that past generations never had to deal with, right? And yes, you're welcome to relax and close your eyes as I work on these major glands. Your body may actually get tired. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna get tired, and I'm sorry. Yeah, yawning is excellent, you guys. Yawning is wonderful to let the old stuff go, to let the body engage with the parasympathetic nervous system. And as we are doing this clearing on all the neurotoxins, we're also clearing all the entities and what have you that control you. So everything that limits your access to the divinity of you. We're going to clear because that is what the pineal and pituitary glands are all about, right? Your access, your highway to the divine. And when you can access that and it's creating the right hormones for you, then you have what it takes to fulfill your divine destiny on earth. Because your divine destiny on earth requires you and your body to be functioning at its 100% capacity. That's having all the right hormones going for you. So today I'm working on mainly the pineal gland, which in itself is just huge because it affects all the other hormones. It impacts all the hormones. It impacts the workings of all the antioxidants in the body. If melatonin is low, then the amount of glutathione and the amount of other hormones will also be compromised. So I'm going to put a lot of time to make sure that your pineal gland is working. And I think I'm going to do another call next week for all the people in Asia, and you're all welcome to join because I get it. This time just doesn't work for people in Asia. Just because I'm Asian, they expect me to work around their time zone. Goodness gracious. All right. But I'm happy too because this is good for everyone. It allows us to up level our game, right? When the pineal gland, since it's responsible for so much, if it's not working well, it undermines everything you do. It undermines everything you do. So that means that if you really have issues here, there's probably hidden set points created by hidden loyalties to family systems around how much energy, how much success, how much of your innate capacity to connect with your own intelligence and with the intelligence of the universe. So, hitting set points around how much of your own divinity you're allowed to embody. And this probably goes back to past lives because in the past, in every culture, you have to go through the priest, you have to go through this person and that person. How dare you be a divine human being? That's sort of a thinking, right? So let's clear that. Whomever, wherever those programs are from. So all the hidden programs that compromise how much of your capacity you're allowed to totally embody and give expression to in life. And let those hidden set points be released and clear now. Oh, 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 oh. Hidden set points created by the family system. Oh, oh, oh. And all limiting definitions of you that you bought into. And you all know that identity is destiny. That is, how you define yourself creates your destiny. So any limiting points of views, limited definitions that you are using to create your identity, and all the subconscious stuff that go into creating your identity, let's clear some of that. Oh, 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 oh. And so, for those of you who are suffering from a lot of low energy states like chronic fatigue and rheumatoid arthritis, MS, let's clear all the limiting definitions you buy into that requires your body to create those low energy states. So who were you in training to when you created that? Yeah. And what else was going on in your life at that time when all those disease patterns were created? Whether it's, and let's bring all that up to be released to the light now. Good, good. So sometimes, we don't logically make choices about having illness. Of course, no one would logically choose to be sick, but sometimes it's mostly subconscious. It's all subconscious, actually. So all the subconscious realities, beliefs, energy patterns, belief patterns, all the stresses in your life that made it easier to have a disease than to be 100% healthy and energetic. So there's a reason why that was needed, right? So let's clear that. Good. And then for some of you in individual sessions, I will be able to tap into more on what's going on the individual level. But what I'm tapping into now still applies to everyone. It's not general, it's actually a part of our human evolution that we all have encountered things in the past that hold us back, and sometimes to heal ourselves Our bodies may want to be in low energy states so that we don't have to always be fighting everything. But that creates an internal fight instead of an external fight. So all the subconscious and hidden reasons why you needed to turn your energy down by creating certain low energy states for you to be in. And all the stability points holding that in place. So now I'm going to go back to see how the pineal gland is doing. Do you all feel more spacious inside and just more activities going on inside where the middle of your head where the pineal gland would be? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. And let's not create a fight what any physical issues and physical symptoms we may have, because your body has an innate intelligence. Anything and everything it creates, it created for survival needs. So let's not fight it. Let's not minimize it. Let's not make it wrong. Let's just appreciate the innate wisdom of your body to always know what to do. Yes, totally okay to yawn or not yawn. Good. So I'm gonna just up level pineal gland. Pineal pituitary, it's a human growth hormone. Now let's up level testosterone. And dopamine. So these I have in my package A MP3, so I'm not going to go into too detail. Good. So bless this with love and light. Good.